July 13th, 9:06 a.m. Eastern Time. When you walk out of my bedroom, it smells about a level 2 stench level of corpses, dead bodies. It's standard here. It literally doesn't go away. I can't, on the internet, discuss anything I witnessed yesterday. You know how it is here. Sometimes I can't. Except what I put online, so that has not changed. Yeah. I'm just supposed to say that it's like permanent. The DBs. It's really nasty. And when you go downstairs, it gets stronger. This level 2 that I'm talking about is upstairs on floor 2. It's really, really nasty in here. It gets stronger about a 3. And then, like I have been able to report publicly, when they start playing around with their human remains that they like to play around with here, the house becomes a steam room. It's like all the steam. I'll describe it another time. Steam, hot house. It's the most sick, disgusting people I've ever fucking heard of are here, and I'm surrounded by them. All right, so hopefully they won't be playing with their human remains today. It's really, really disgusting in this house. Anyone who comes in this house, 1509 S Street Northwest, I am to film, stand right there and film them. I'm not going to approach them because they're breaking and entering. I'm going to film them. I'm going to let them make any kind of statements they want for their 15 minutes of fame. And I'm going to film them. I'm going to film them as long as I want and as many videos as I like to film. And I'm going to put them all onto every form of social media that I can utilize. That's Twitter, that's every one of them. You'll see it on the Twitter account also. Everybody's going on camera. All right, what else? I'm still waiting to be notified of who owns this house, so on and so forth. It is strongly presumed that I do. It's almost definite. As of Monday, any investigative reporters and so on and so forth, people who would like, can start to find my name linked to the property 1509 S Street Northwest as a owner. I strongly believe this. You can find it with air rights, home ownership, all the ways you find a homeowner that's public access, tax, income, legally registered as home proprietor. So I'm waiting to find this out too. But these folks walking in don't own this house, okay? They have no right to be here. And that's just in the regards of home ownership. The fact is, this house was and is still trying to be a violent terror cell. This house is owned by the good military. They seized the property. So any terrorists entering into this property are trying to take their terrorist cell that was seized away from them back. They're trying to take it back to commit the most brutal, unspeakable violence in here. All right? All of the incidences that I have witnessed, many of which I can talk about on the internet, that the world has heard, are so brutal and violent. It's jaw-dropping. Yeah. It's really, really serious. And then they play around with the corpses in here. That is still happening to a certain degree. This morning, you can smell it everywhere. Okay, so it's clear what I'm doing, all right? I'm in here sitting in the now seized terrace cell. It's under the good military's legal ownership. As for like Monday, people can start to find the evidence to that just online, however you access home ownership. It'd be new to me too. I really haven't done that myself, but you could do it. I might find my name behind it, which is just fine. I'm sitting in it. It's my name. That's great. But what I said yesterday is always going to be the case. It's not really my house. I can't be moving money around it, putting any, oh God, I can't remember words. You know what I mean. I can't be using the house. So let me just stop trying to explain things when all my words I want to use are just black. They're not there. I need to get some R and R in order to get my vocabulary back. So let's just not do this while I'm filming. Try to think of words. It's kind of pointless. Okay, the house is just in my name. That's all I can do with it, is just let it sit there. It's more than likely in my name, but it's not under anyone's ownership here other than the good military. They have seized the property. As of Monday and days going forward, as of Monday, okay, and days going forward, you can find more and more and more names linking to who actually owns the house. It'll be a nice human like me or someone else, not an evil human that plays with corpses. No, you're not going to find anyone like that owning this property. All right. So as of today, the 13th, I'm still sitting in here just clueless. As far as the despots who used to operate and own this terrace compound, as far as they're concerned, while they're waiting to be arrested, because that's what's coming next. They don't have legal ownership over their compound anymore. They're just sitting outside of the compound in their protected, harbored little wherever they want to be, sending in endless thugs and dirty cops. They just can't seem to learn to stop doing that. All right, so it's a real serious problem, but I'm safe in here. I just got to be careful what I say. I got to be careful what I do, and when I do it, it hasn't changed. I'm in a crime scene. I am in a federal crime scene with many of the perpetrators running loose, okay? I have to be careful. All right, so I'm going to let the good guys handle all this. I know where my limits are. My limits, that's some of my limits, to just let the good guys handle all the perpetrators. Anyone who wants to walk in, I'm going to film them. All right, then. As far as these perpetrators are concerned, they have, as of now, 9:06 a.m., remained successful in keeping me clueless, keeping me completely isolated, where I have no phone calls, no texts, nothing. I'm just sitting in here astounded. I am sitting in an empty terrace cell with dead bodies stuffed somewhere. It's just astounding. Right. Everything's just frozen and still. And there's stuff and things I can't report, on the internet. And these despots have been successful at that. But there's a certain date of expiration, and it's coming like Monday and days following Monday on down the calendar. This they got to give up their terrace cell, their precious terrace cell. It's not worth it. Remember what I said: open combat, open conflict. All right, so, and when I start to say these terms, open combat, open conflict. I know that's my limit. I really can't start making any, what's the word? Forget it. I can't start making any statements to the public when we start talking about warfare, because I frankly don't know it. I don't know how to put a helmet on or how to put a machine gun. I know people might think I do, but I don't. And the generals know it. All right? There's no vigilante with me or rebel fighter. I don't need to join up like that. I already have. For 7 years, I was a, whatever you want to classify me as, working like Jack and Jill with the good guys. Now we're really there. We're really at that point, and these honorable, decorated military men and women know that I need to be out of here when it gets to open conflict and open combat. So I am waiting to be contacted by good human beings and vacate the premise. That's my job. Until then, if the despots want to keep me sitting in here, very well, then I'm going to let the good guys handle that. And until then, anybody, as of today, that wants to walk in here and go on the television, it's more or less the TV. When you put something on the YouTube and all over the internet, it's more or less the TV. So if you want to go on the TV and be a world famous terrorist, come on in. This is what you will get out of my department today. Adios.